Does Tony Jaa really know how to fight? Damn, you always put me in these situations, huh? Of course he does, man. We've already reacted here to the first movie of the Ong Bak series. Today I'm going to analyze this actor's fight scenes and see if he really knows how to fight or if it's just choreography. He's a guy who shows a lot of body control. He definitely has a lot of knowledge of martial arts. Look at that, control over his movements. He does spinning moves and has body control in these movements, which are really difficult, right, guys? Look at that. He just did a 720, which is, man, really hard. Some people will say to me, oh, 400, look at that. Damn, that move is real. A lot of control, guys. A lot of people think this kind of move is just showing off. But guys, I even reacted the other day to a move like this, a flip like that with the heel up by the ear. Man, and he's not going to cut his forearm. Look at that, man. Guys, this is a move that's used in Muay Baran. It's hard to do this in a fight, obviously. In a fight, you won't be able to pull it off. And look, it's in the knee where this injury is going to happen. It's going to tear the knee ligaments, right? That's it, man. Never again. That's it, my brother. That's the main ligament tearing. Both are going to rupture, but the first one to tear there, in this case, is the PCL, right? The posterior cruciate ligament, which is the thickest ligament in your knee, right? It's the main ligament. When it tears, usually the ACL tears as a rebound too, right? And is that from your own experience or someone else's? My own experience, man. I tore all of them during grappling, man. But you know when you realize you're healed? When you make jokes, laugh at your own misfortune, you know? When you move on, right? Yeah, is there a cure? If not, that's just how it is. If it didn't work, move on. Like I said, look how he uses those movements for defense. Obviously, it's more of a cinematic thing, but with a lot of technical movement, yeah, from Muay Thai, you know. Yeah, I never trained that in Muay Thai, but in Taekwondo, we used to train it to get balance, body balance for the roundhouse kick. We do that a lot, right? For training, for learning the movement of the kick. Now he's already got more of that rotten style, right? That real Muay mat style. You hit me, I hit back. Let's see who hits harder, brother. In the last analysis I did, in the last reaction I did to movie scenes, I did it about Whitman and I really liked him. Right, but damn, now I see, watching Tony Jaa, you know, whom I already knew and have seen many times. For me, he's the actor I like to watch the most because he brings a lot of characteristics from Muay Thai. He's a guy who comes from Muay Thai. And man, this kind of movement is much more applicable in professional fights, right? You had put, yeah, today he's in second place. Tony Jaa, for me, has characteristics that are closer to the world I live in. Like I told you guys, I'm not someone who knows a lot about Chinese martial arts. Those things about defenses, Kung Fu, Jeet Kune Do, I don't know what other arts there might be as well. But I'm more into professional fighting, something more real. But not that Chinese martial arts can't also be applicable or real, right? It's just that this is what I'm most involved in. So for me, it's cooler. But I want to learn Kung Fu too, you know? It brings a lot of movements from those combat schools, from Muay Boran techniques, right? That scene like, oh, he held it with just one. Okay, nice. Nice. I was just about to say, man, this guy broke his right arm and now he was hitting with both arms, man. Like I said, I like to see long scenes with attack, defense, counterattack. And Tony Diaz really brings that Muay Thai style, right? So he brings a lot of that applicability to professional fighting, which I really like. The guy is in midair and the whip stops his motion. No, the whip would hit him, but it wouldn't interrupt the trajectory. Yeah, maybe actually here it might have interrupted it. Interrupted the trajectory, like he threw his back backwards. Yeah, but he would keep going. The weight would keep going. Yeah, maybe he would fall straight down, right? He wouldn't change the trajectory. He wouldn't fall because the whip hit him, you know? The whip would hit him like a... It wouldn't stop his momentum, you know? It wouldn't have enough force. It won't, yeah. The whip will touch you and snap at the end. It doesn't stop your momentum like that, right, man? And it cracks. Is he dreaming? He's really bad. Yeah. the first thing you want to do is take away his mobility. Yeah, that's right. You know, there's a weapon, right? It's called a tonfa, you know? The tonfa, which is the baton. But it comes from here, right? But it has a handle, doesn't it? Then it's tied with a little cord and a giant bone that he has to hold. I prefer a stick over that thing he's using, because the whole tonfa still has a grip in your hand, right?
Always true.
Damn, man. No, I prefer him without those weapons in his hands, man. Yeah, guys, it's not a... They're full fight scenes, right? That brings some flair and the use of offensive weapons that we're not really used to seeing with this kind of movement, right? But I really prefer a good punch, sometimes a strong elbow, a knife hand strike. All of that is what martial arts teach, but it's also worth using, you know? Even the guys are beating him up, man. Yeah, yeah. That's like training with a white belt. Uh-huh. Go after him. A 120 kilo white belt. I used to be that. A 120 kilo white belt. There's no easy training, man. Now he got mad. Oh, you want to stab me? Yeah. But you see that there are self-defense moves that, man, are actually real, you know? Yeah, those breaking moves. Yeah, look at that. See how it makes sense, man? But man, he got beaten up. He only decided to fight back after he got stabbed, and that stab didn't do any damage to him. That's what's complicated. But look at this self-defense lesson, man. I can't give you that one. Yeah. But look, there's a really interesting variety of escapes and throw reversals. Look, the bone breaker. Oh, damn. But you have to agree that his choreography, man, and his technical mastery are insane. No, not that one. That one, wait, wait, hit him. He took the hit. Man, this guy is amazing. This guy is amazing, dude. Guys, but he has so much control. Technical mastery, man. A lot. Seriously, a lot. He has a solid foundation. Obviously, man, he breaks bones so easily that, dude, a stab and 100 kicks there that he was taking while he was dreaming about his little elephant.
He turned into Dumbo.
He turned into Dumbo, yet people complain about an eye poke.
What am I supposed to do about that?
Look at how he has a flexible kick there. The guy uses self-defense moves that are valid in training, yes. Yeah, that doesn't have much foundation, right, Matthias? Now, being able to pull that off one after another, look at how many guys he took down. Man, he's worse than Rambo, except Rambo still had a machine gun in his hand. Don't mess with my little elephant. Yeah, now it's... Yeah, no, it's well choreographed, but now it's strayed a bit from the fight. You can see they don't attack with punches. It's more with circular movements. Look, hold on, that's right. You shot, you turned, hey, your friends are here. No, this one, who is it?
Eyeliner. Do you know who it reminded me of? Samuel.
Oh. Look, this is how they attack. It's just like this, man. No, look, that scene there, that scene has no basis in reality, man. Look, if we really analyze it, this could be from the Matrix era because, man, bro, this fight scene, bro, there's nothing real about this fight. 2010.
Matrix is around 2005, 2006.
Man, yeah, but it's influenced by the Matrix, but he has a knife at the tip of that hand and he just tries to hit long back like that, man. Look at the elephant there. Look, it's going to fall hard. Look, hold it by the chin, man. That's crazy, man. He got lost.
He broke the elephant's tusk and it's going to fall on him.
Tony Jaa, you go from 0 to 100, right, man? But hey, those first ones we saw of him, what era were they from? When I say that, from 2000 onwards, things started going downhill, man. Oh, and then there's, what's the name of that actor? It's Scott Adkins. He brought things back to a certain reality. Yeah, he brought it back because he has a really Muay Boran guard, you know, it's a really flashy style, like in the movies. No, but I like that flip there. I like it
No.
in fights too, you see. There, now he's waking up. Look, the other one too, brother. These guys are
But it's the first time we've seen him stab someone.
using a weapon.
Someone, right?
No, but I like that he's already gone back to the beginning. And as for complete scenes where we can see practical use in a fight, Tony Jaa and Ip Man for me are the actors who show the most realism, man. I think this is it's the most well known from Ong Bak, right? You see, man, that it's real, right? The most applicable in real life, right? But look at the rehearsal for these things, man. These are really complex scenes, guys. He uses a lot of blocks, right, with his shin. A guy who has complete control of his hips, he makes really controlled movements, man. And look, it's hard to have rotations, control of rotation with that kind of leg movement control, man. The guy is good, really. Yeah, he's definitely a complete martial artist, like Ip Man too, right? Which one has the stronger characteristic? With Muay Thai, I like it more. It feels more real to me, and it really shows that relationship, you know, between Thai people and elephants, right? Just that scene right there for you to see, man, the control of the movement. He does a backflip, does a somersault, and hits the opponent perfectly with his shin, man. Damn, it's really awesome, bro. But there, when it lands, bro, it's his whole body spinning. Now let's see it in a smaller space, right? Look, that guy over there is tough, huh? Look, the guard controls the clinch. I like that scene. I fucking liked it. But was that Tony Jaa? Was he the guard? Man, a lot of things would work like that. Did you guys notice that he uses the teep a lot to disrupt the opponent? He really likes to use it, not just as a front kick, but he also uses the back leg a lot, blocking the opponent. That's really effective, right, man? In a fight. Obviously, there's some flair, sure, but there's a lot of Muay Thai fundamentals in Tony Jaa, man. I think that's awesome, bro. Is his background as a fighter or as an actor? Man, like I said, he has a style that's a bit more flashy, something that feels more cinematic, you know, with a more L-shaped stance, not really that traditional Muay Thai stance, right? But man, he has full command of Muay Thai, you know? And do you think he knows what he's doing, or is he just memorizing things all the time? He knows a lot, he really knows a lot, he shows a lot of knowledge in what he does. A lot of hip control, like I said. For you guys, he does a lot of spinning moves, which in Muay Thai we don't see very often because it exposes you, but he uses them a lot and really has control over the movement. I'll tell you, we can take a lot of those moves and find plenty of examples of them in fights, you know? It's awesome. I really liked it. There were some scenes where they attacked each other with open hands, so those fights I don't see as realistic, but that last one, I liked it. In Muay Thai, we say that less is more, you know? The simpler and more direct you are, man, the better. Spinning too much exposes you. That's why we say in Muay Thai that spinning isn't really part of Muay Thai, but that's not really the case, guys. Muay Thai does have it, but it exposes you too much, right? But it looks cool, so for movies it's perfect. So that's it, guys. Tony Jaa is awesome. He does things that a lot of people can't even dream of. If you want me to react to another actor or another fight movie, leave a comment and I'll do it. We're in this together, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, okay? Isso aí como eu falo, eu não entendo desses lances de arma, tá ligado? Porra, uma espada afiada contra um pedaço de pau, meu irmão. Tem como, eu vou te bater no pedaço de pau e não vai ter splim, não vai ter barulho de metal com metal, porra.
E a espada cortou a corda e não fez nada.
E não fez nada no pau, velho. Ah, dá licença, rapaz.